however.
Looks like Marcus Ericsson and Nikita Lashashkin just behind him. And it is into the tire barriers for that right front damage from Simon Pagino.
Yep, that's turn 3, just a little bit of a bobble. That car into the tire barriers, suffered some significant damage. For the moment, at least, Simon Pagino sitting in pit lane. Back to the battle for the second position. Now we drop back a little bit further and go on board. This is Dalton Kellett at the moment, racing in 12th. He's running behind Benjamin Peterson, who had actually over here in Scott McLaughlin, chasing Brady Ease. Currently, this is the fight for the 5th position, down into the hairpin, slowest corner on the racetrack. Listen to him work his way back through the gears, through Fangio. Named for the great Formula One driver Juan Manuel Fangio. Down here into turn 10. Down the bend to the left, Collier curve. Jim to the right at turn 12, then turn 13, Tower Bend, really tricky place. Trying to get back to power. You can see visually the different surfaces on this racetrack, and doing a little research prior to this, of the 3.4 miles around Sebring Raceway, just over 3 of them are asphalt. The other portion of it is concrete, and all of that is modeled in iRacing. The grip level varies depending on what surface you're on, just like you would in the real world.
That certainly presents a great challenge for these NTT IndyCar Series drivers. Like we mentioned, they're used to racing around Sebring, but only on that 1.7 mile course. So Ryan, how can it be challenging to adjust not only to those different surfaces, but also to really a completely different course, all on the same course that you're used to?
Yeah, if you've not driven the full course before, the short course is what it sounds like, definitely shorter, and that's so much by NTT IndyCar Series teams to test in preparation for the street courses, because it does help to simulate some of the fuel encounter on a street circuit. But you're right, I mean, if this is uncharted territory for you, you're definitely trying to find different pieces around the track that you might not be comfortable with, trying to feel out that grip level. It does vary. Here is Dalton Kellett. Now we take a look at the Canadian driver, driving with his normal sim rig once again after using a homemade one last week. If you missed it, it's an incredible story. He built his own steering wheel out of recycled materials primarily. He's an engineering degree holder, really bright guy. Amazing what he was able to do with that last week at Homestead.
Yeah, and he did that in partnership with a STEM foundation, so kids could use that as a prototype to build their own steering wheel, because really they lost access to a lot of those STEM classes and STEM capabilities throughout this COVID-19 pandemic. But because of Dalton and his help, he gave them those tools to do it at home. It's like with a little help from Yoda, baby Yoda.
You take all the help you can get. At the moment, Dalton is running back in 12th, trying to chase down Benjamin Peterson. Your top 5 as they run. Sage Karam by 1.8 seconds over Alex Palou. Enzo Fittipaldi, R.C. Peterson, and Braden Ease, your top 5. Scott McLaughlin running 6th. That group all within 5 seconds of one another. James Davison a further 0.4 of a second. Get back in 7th. Power Marcus Ericsson and Nikita Lashashkin currently running in 10th. Let's jump to the front of the field.